Hello, welcome back. This is Matthew Pizgatti. As you can see, it's about 3:08 a.m. my time, and I do have work in the morning, but I saw some updates coming across from the main developer of DRIP and Animal Farm himself, Forex Shark, in the Telegram chat. And as my last few updates mentioned, I know that a lot of you may have either been banned from the chat or are just not on Telegram, and so you're not receiving all of those updates. And if you have any pigs version 1, remember we're swapping to a version 2 and we're waiting for that to roll out. If you have been involved in any of that, you're likely waiting for the update as to when you will be able to swap from version 1 to version 2 and exchange your tokens. So we did get a little more update on that. I'm going to read through the Telegram chats for you and put them on the screen here from the screenshots I took. It was essentially a very miniature AMA from Forex, just mostly circling around the Piggy Bank, but there were some other kind of bullish positive updates for the rest of the ecosystem, as well as some things that, or at least one point that you might benefit you on the day that they actually switch over to the V2 Piggy Bank. So let me pop these up here and we'll start reading through them. Like I said, forgive me, it's a little late on my end, but I wanted to make sure you guys had this update. So we'll start. Oh, and before we dive into any of this, actually, let me just say the main update that you're probably waiting for, Forex said within about 5 to 6 hours, he estimated. So call it 10 or 12. I don't know. He's always a little delayed. He did say that was when the announcement would come in the Forex calls Telegram. That's his Telegram where he puts his big updates. He said within probably 4 to 6 hours he would have the update there, and I'm guessing that means the UI is going to go live. Since it's going to stretch over a few days where you can use that UI interface to put your version 1 pigs and pigs LP type tokens in to the new contract to wait for it to swap over to the V2. Since that's going to span multiple days, I don't imagine there's going to be some type of big countdown. There doesn't really need to be. It's not a thing where first come, first serve, anything like that. You're just swapping out tokens that you already have for new tokens at this point, and you'll be able to redeem them once the new one is live. So this is just accounting for and turning in all of the V1 pig tokens, essentially. So now I'll pull this up, and we'll start looking through some of the questions and his answers. So Forex Shark does say we're going to start collecting the pigs and pigs LP today. And by the way, I just screenshotted Telegram, so I screen captured from that. So you'll see other messages that aren't as important. That's why I'm kind of reading some of these for you. There's 60,000 people in here. It gets a little silly now and then. So yeah, he does say today we're going to start collecting the pigs and pigs LP token. What else did he say? He said everything was finished. Someone asked if Piglets would be unstaked on version 2, and he said no. So that's already been accounted for. Your stakes will be restaked for you. You won't have to restake those. He says everyone will still have their stakes, so that was just someone asking if they had to reset their time locks. And so again, he's confirming no, that won't need to happen. That'll already be in place, just like they were. Here he is confirming that, again, I've already said this in the last few updates after it was confirmed, but you don't have to keep compounding in the Piggy Bank. You don't need to keep compounding. You're just wasting gas. So he did confirm that. So don't compound right now in the Piggy Bank. He says that the farms and pools are not changing, and nothing has been farmed for the past 10 days because it's paused. So he was just confirming that you weren't losing. I mean, you were losing, I suppose, farm yields because the whole thing was paused, but they also weren't stacking up. So he's basically saying there's nothing to lose because they were paused at the time. So nothing's been farmed. It was paused. So don't worry about that. And then Forex being a little more positive here, he says, I'm excited to get this done because there's so much more to build. I want to get this out so that we can focus on marketing and the next piece of development. So there's kind of some bullish excitement from the developer talking about where he wants to go from here. someone asked marketing for which of your projects, and here he says all of them. We have a DRIP partnership ready to drop, and we have animal farm ads to go up, and I'll be able to start doing some more interviews and AMAs. So that's the developer acknowledging that he's been kind of off-grid working on this fix for Animal Farm, or Piggy Bank on the Animal Farm, and that he'll be more available for AMAs again and regular interviews, that type of thing. So that's good. Someone asks how to migrate to the V2, and he's explaining what the other developer had explained in the earlier update, the last video I posted. He says you have to use the front end and send in your pigs and pigs LP, and then we'll credit you according to a snapshot that we took before we paused. So wherever those funds were will be where you get credited on V2. So if they're in the piggy bank, that's where they'll end up. So he does, and then Forex Shark says that also. So you will have to withdraw from the pig pen, for example, and deposit here on the new UI. So he's talking about Pigpen, which is also paused. So you'll have to withdraw from Pigpen and then deposit here in order to be credited with V2. Same with the farms. When you're credited in version 2, it will be in the new Pigpen contract because that's where your pigs were during the snapshot. So it sounds like we're going to have to actually pull them out and then send them to that UI that he's creating. The little, it'll be basically a little interface that you can deposit those through. So you'll still have to pull them out of, say, the pig pen, and then you'll deposit them there. But because he already took that snapshot, he knows that allotment needs to go back to the pig pen. So it doesn't sound like you'll have to redeposit those. Even though you have to pull them out of here and submit them. I guess he can't do that portion for us. Farms, similar thing. If you have pigs that could be withdrawn, I don't have a lot, but as an example, this 0.026, I could withdraw that since it's pigs that I'm earning. I could withdraw those pigs and then put them into that new interface to then be able to claim version 2 pigs later on. Pools, if you had any that were earning pigs. And I thought I had some dogs staked, but this is paused, and I don't think I had earned any by the time it was such a small fraction, so I probably won't worry about that one. But if, for instance, you have dogs that are staked and you've been earning pigs, you'll need to withdraw those pigs and put them into the new UI that's going to pop up here. Similar to this redeem, it's going to be some type of similar interface like that to use. And then here Forex is saying again, yes, major partnership coming down the line for DRIP and marketing for Animal Farm is what's next. So that's him trying to pump up DRIP again. He's saying he has a partnership coming for DRIP. That's coming down the line, and he's still working on that and more ads for the Animal Farm. More promotions there. Said stakes are not locked for a period of time in Pigpen. Just clarifying a question for someone. Oh yeah, someone was asking how they could withdraw if their stakes were locked, but he was referencing Pigpen in that scenario, and those are not locked. Those can be taken out, so those can be withdrawn to be exchanged, just like the farms. Only the piggy bank stakes are locked in there. Forex Shark again answering that, yes, you'll claim your unclaimed pigs from the farm and deposit them. And then here he is answering someone why they are not seeing that feature on the Animal Farm website yet. And he was explaining that is only on the beta site that they're testing. So that's why he had a screenshot of it, obviously. But he'll announce when it's coming out today. Hopefully within that 4 to 6 hour window that Forex Shark gave, he'll have that type of update for us as to when this interface is actually going to be live, so that we can, show a demonstration of how to use it, and then it should be pretty seamless. It doesn't sound complicated at all. You've used all the other buttons on this site, so if you're already in the Animal Farm. And then Forex Shark clarifying even further. He says, if you can claim your LP from the piggy bank because it's not time locked, then you have to in order to get credited in V2 piggy bank. If you cannot because it's time locked, that's okay because we already accounted for that. Version 1 pigs and version 1 pigs LP will be 100% useless and untradeable forever, so there's no point in holding them anyway. They can't even interact with Pancake Swap. So here he's clarifying on the Piggy Bank side. He's saying if you did have a way to claim LP, so this is selling truffles. So if you do have a crap ton of truffles stacked up, I've only got like $6. Maybe I'll sell them just for the heck of it to show you guys how it works when that time comes, when the new UI is available. But you would sell your truffles on any of your stakes that you could sell, and then you can trade those in for to get to the version 2. But if they're time locked stakes where you can't touch them at all, then those have already been accounted for, and you'll still get credited for those even though you can't withdraw them. So that's good to know. Here he is just answering someone that there's no way to do this yet. We are still waiting for it to go live on the Animal Farm site to be credited, and it's not up on the site yet, which he's already answered multiple times, but that's how this chat works. It's a madhouse. That's why I'm trying to interpret some of this for you and give you the readout of all of these updates. Someone was asking what would happen to the truffle value, and he says all of the LP from the Piggy Bank V1 is migrating to V2. So the LP from Piggy Bank 1 is migrating to version 2. So it will be about the same value of truffles, although the majority of people will have more. A small handful will have less, and 1 or 2 bots will have nothing, which was part of the original fix they were trying to put in place to correct for. So truffle value shouldn't change a whole lot for most people. A lot of us may have more. And then someone being cheeky posted this screenshot of a Pancake Swap announcement on the Pancake Swap Twitter, saying there's a new partnership coming soon. We've been cooking this new feature with a partner for a while. We can't wait to reveal it to you in the next few days. Please stay tuned. That was back on March 8th when they posted that, so I don't know how soon they thought was soon. Forex Shark did not confirm if that was the partner in question that he has immediately coming down the line or not, but that would be pretty positive if there was a Pancake Swap partnership, which I think it has been discussed, just like the Chainlink partnership and the NFT partnership and a few others. And he's been in meetings with those people. He's confirmed that. I don't know if he's confirmed meeting with Pancake Swap directly, but with Chainlink and the NFT one, he did. So those things are happening. I don't know if it's Pancake Swap, but there are some new partnerships coming down the line that he has, been hinting at or already announced. So that's exciting. Someone was asking in the chat what pigs/WBNB LP tokens are for. So that's pigs WBNB LP. He said it's not really for anything specific, but people wanted it added, and we wanted to give them the option to use it. And then the last big update here is regarding why the pause mechanic was even in place. And I actually covered this in one of the other updates from Forex, probably 2 update videos ago. But here it is again. He says the pause mechanic is a function that was built in. It was specifically designed to be disabled after we finish the launch process, the same as we did with the Manor Farm and Rev. We knew we still had to launch contracts to incentivize Pigs LP adding and kept the pause functionality until after this for insurance that if something went wrong, we could prevent a disaster. And it's a good thing we covered our bases. And then he has an example of after the Ethereum Foundation DAO hack. He's saying, there was a similar thing where instead of just letting the hackers steal hundreds of millions of dollars, they had a way to kind of block that and catch it before that happened. I'm not super familiar with that incident. And then he goes on to say that with all DeFi projects, there is some element of centralization necessary. And what's important is that this centralization cannot be used to steal funds from investors or exploit the system for insiders. And the fact that Animal Farm and Piggy Bank relies on the full cooperation of the community to make these changes, meaning, that we actually have to put our tokens into the new UI and claim them, blah, blah, blah. from the community to make these changes, and that the only centralized power we have is limited to mechanics that allow us to ensure the safety of investor capital. If something unexpected happens, should give you assurance not to be a negative issue. And he goes on to say that the state of everyone is migrated, referral bonuses, time stakes, everything is all good. It's just that we do have to do that exchange of the tokens ourselves. I guess they can't do that portion. And then here's the cool bullish, not bullish, but just really positive little tidbit to kind of give everyone a kick back into the piggy bank if you wanted a little bit of an incentive. He says we have a mechanic now that will allow for a multiplier for anyone who deposits new capital on the first day it goes back live. So this should be not this UI that's coming out when you swap, but after that happens and it comes back to version 2 of the piggy banks going live, at that point, anyone who adds new capital on that first day, he's saying there'll be a multiplier so that you actually get more bang for your buck in that case. So that's positive. He says that's just a promotion to kick things back off. So I think that's all the updates I see in the Animal Farm chat from Forex. If his timeline is accurate, which it hasn't been, so we're not going to plan for that, I will say probably somewhere within the next 4 to 10 hours. It's about 3 a.m. now, so I don't know. I would say by afternoon tomorrow, hopefully. If he's anywhere near on time, we'll see that UI come out, and then when I see that that's active, I'll make a quick video giving an overview of how to swap your tokens over. If I have enough to even make that possible, that switch possible, I'll show you how to submit them into that new user interface. Although, like I said, I think it'll be pretty self-explanatory, and it's not going to be a mad rush. It's just there'll be a few days to be able to do that. I'm not sure what the timeline is, but you'll have enough time to do it. And then after that, there'll be a time to redeem your version 2 tokens. And if that's not a manual process, they may just be credited back automatically. But there may be a claim and maybe a redeem, kind of like this redeem PL2. I wasn't here for that, so I'm not really I didn't follow what this was for, but that may be something similar concept where you actually have to claim them again after the submission phase is done. So we'll look forward to more updates so we can swap over to the version 2. And then when that next portion goes live, it sounds like there's going to be a little bonus for submitting new capital that day, for submitting new capital on the day that the version 2 piggy bank goes live. So if you're still interested in all of this and wanted to get in further with a further position, that would be probably a cool time to do it. Again, not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do with your money or funds, but that you'll have a little bonus that day if you throw in some extra capital, so good to keep in mind. All right, without further ado on that, I will keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate the content, I appreciate your likes and subscribes and comments about anything related to this topic. You can always join me in the Telegram, and I can link you to a bunch of other Telegrams that are containing people even smarter than me, which isn't maybe saying a lot, at least in the DeFi space, because I'm not an expert, but I'm glad to help and offer any insight that I can with the knowledge that I've gained over the last month or so. So if it is evening time for you guys as well, or early morning like it is for me, good night, and thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Hopefully we get an update today, well, tomorrow after I sleep, but today from Forex Shark as to what's happening next with the piggy bank. Not a big deal. I don't think it's some big rush, but I know people are impatient because it's your money that could be already in a time lock stake again, making more money for you. So I understand all of that. But all right, you guys have a great one. Thanks for watching.